What's going on, everybody? Car vlog. Oh, I'm so sorry. There's a lot of wrestling this weekend. I still got to go back and watch the main event for All Out. I know who won. I know what happened afterwards, but I still want to watch it for review purposes. I'm not really interested in it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the C3 Ultimate Wrestling channel. There's Kingdom Come. All the matches are online, so please watch, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about it. Appreciate the love. I wanted to talk about the elites, Kenneth Omega and the Young Buckaroos. Um, they are the inaugural trios champions for AEW, and I see what they're doing. And a lot of people are like, well, of course it's predictable, and it is. I did sigh. I was like, here we go. But it's like I see what they're trying to do, and it's like sometimes these kind of things you give it time, and sometimes you just gotta face facts. Um, Brief history. I heard about Kenny Omega from my bro Mark, and he was telling me about a story in New Japan of a guy he's trying to basically beat Okada, who's considered one of the greatest wrestlers in the world. And he was saying like how he would always come up short, how he learned the language in Japan, he lived out there, and he was trying to work so hard to overtake Okada. This is the first time I'm hearing of this guy. So I'm like, I'm a sucker for a great story. So I'm like, okay, well, this is interesting. So I would actually go back and find the wrestling matches and stuff. I would, because I'd be at work around the time Wrestle Kingdom and all of that other stuff was coming on or whatever. Like I said, I wasn't watching New Japan. I still don't, but I was looking at this stuff and I was like, okay, well, this is pretty good. These matches was like an hour. Good Lord. I wouldn't go back and watch them. I know people study certain aspects or whatever like that. This was the first time of me seeing Kenny Omega. And I was like, you know what? This is pretty dope. Like what he's doing and stuff like that. His moveset is somewhat of the same, but I guess with Okada being more grounded and stuff like that and disciplined, it worked. Young Bucks, I've seen them, when they were like Generation Me and Impact Wrestling, and then eventually it was the Young Bucks, and then a lot of people I don't want to say stole their style, but a lot of people start doing that. Super kick, PWG, popular wrestlers everywhere. A lot of people were trying to sign them and everything, Not a big fan of finishers being used multiple times and people kicking out unless it like has a meaning or something. Not a fan of people not selling or registering moves or whatever like that. But the reality is, not just them. I'm not just gonna put that all on them. A lot of people, that's just like what a lot of people do. I don't do it, so that's just me. But going back into it, these three guys are very popular on the independent wrestling scene. Now, on the national level, they're still trying to get that. They're still trying to clamor to that. Is ego a part of it? Yes. Is hard work a part of it? Yes. The difference between these guys and New Japan version of them is that they were disciplined. There was somebody that was saying they need this and they need that and stuff like that. I'm sure they could have had their opinions and stuff like that in New Japan, but you could tell by the way New Japan do things, they don't like doing business with a certain people. They don't like doing certain things with certain wrestlers. So you have to do something a certain way. You get what I'm saying? So going into that with AEW, they came out, oh, we VPs, we this and that, we this and that. So of course people are going to be like your ego, or if you don't like somebody, you're going to do this. There's always backstage stuff about the Bucks and FTR. How now FTR isn't part of the Fight Forever game, which is kind of crazy to me on why they're not a part of it, because they've been in it for a long time. So I don't understand why they're not in it. Not saying I'm going to buy the game. And then the rubber match that was supposed to happen between FTR, the Young Bucks, and then they scrapped it and then gave the belts to Swerve to the Glory so they could turn around and be the first trios champion. The writing is on the wall and the caveman can do it. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's like I'm mad or I'm disappointed or whatever like that, because you get what you get when you watch AEW. You get what you get when you watch WWE. Some things are predictable, some things are not. But they're still trying to go into that market, and everybody wants to be a champion regardless of the situation. Sometimes people want belts and stuff like that. Now Kenny has the belt. Now he's the first AEW Triple Crown champion. So you say, of course, the Bucks and Kenny Omega is the the first trios champion, of course. Now, me personally, if you had a team that was a trios thing, have them more of it because the Bucks are still considered a tag team. So I would have had like maybe even a House of Black. With Dark Order, damn near not a team anymore because, Adam Page was part of the thing or whatever, I'm shocked because I would have thought like the House of Black would have made it to the finals or whatever. They were like eliminated with the second round. But that's just me. Sometimes you're still trying to appeal to an audience. You're still trying to appeal to people and stuff like that. But I do think that they need to be a little bit more disciplined. When you give somebody power, you give somebody authority, some people don't know what to do with it. Kenny was a part of the women's, in charge of the women's division, and sometimes it's more misses than hits. The tag division, they low-key had a trouble with the tag division. I like Swerve and Your Glory and stuff like that. They had a great match. A decent match with the Acclaimed. I liked how they worked. There was big things and stuff like that, but still, not a top tag team. That a lot of people consider a top tag team is the Trios champions with a guy who they consider is the best in the world. So is that supposed to, to them and to some people, it helps the belts be more prestigious and stuff like that. But at the same time, some of us see the writing on the wall with certain things. So I just wish they had a little more discipline when it comes to certain things. That's all. Y'all got so many veterans and guys that know the game and stuff like that, but y'all shun them. Y'all shun JR. JR be honest with these people, and they get mad and they make a retract statement. So just something to think about. I'm curious to see where it goes and stuff like that. Maybe they'll lose them soon. Maybe they'll have them for a long time, but we'll see where it goes. So hope you guys are having a wonderful day. God bless you. Christ loves you. I love you. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.